What's up, guys? Dual Coast Podcast, April 15th, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got Russ back on the West Coast this week, 5:30 a.m. Pacific. Russ, how you feeling over there?
Dude, let's go, man.
Oh, me and Russ are matching this morning, and it was completely unplanned, actually.
The only thing that separates us are these frames right here.
That's true, yeah. I got to get a pair of those.
And you got a logo.
And yeah, that's true. I got Dual Coast on the back, though.
Oh, baby. Let's see it. Oh, there it is, man. Let's go.
We're good.
By the way, everybody, we're going to be having some product here pretty soon. So, be on the lookout. Get your Dual Coast sweatshirt or hat. It's going to be amazing.
Yes, merchandise coming out soon, guys. We got a couple things coming to the market: hats, sweatshirts, hopefully some T-shirts at some point.
It's going to be good, man. Yeah, totally unplanned. It's unbelievable. The screen comes up and you're wearing a white hat and black sweatshirt.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Didn't expect that at all.
Oh man.
But
how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. All good. Nothing crazy going on, honestly. Just prepping for Dual Coast this morning a little bit, getting ready for our event coming up May 18th.
Dude, it's gonna be amazing, man. Yeah. Yep. Well, we're gonna be together in Pittsburgh in a few weeks, and then we're on to Dual Coast a couple weeks later. Dual Coast off to May 18th. I'm thinking about Dual Coast off to May 18th. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun month.
Yeah, definitely gonna be a fun month, guys. We're gonna be in Pittsburgh, me and Russ, for the Kids of Steel event. That's May 3rd weekend. Is that is the 3rd the Saturday? I believe 3rd's the Saturday, right, Russ?
It is. Yeah,
May 3rd, guys.
We're gonna be in Pittsburgh. It's gonna be 10,000 kids running 1 mile in utter chaos, going over one of the bridges, and then landing at Point Park in Pittsburgh, where the three rivers meet. It's going to be wild, and a lot of video footage going to be on that. And then Dan and I are doing Dual Coast live at Point Park. We'll have a booth there. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So we're going to be live for quite a while, actually.
Sure.
And we hired a buddy that I met about 5 months ago in Pittsburgh at Point Park University, and Tanner Knopf. And so we're looking forward to having Tanner with us and doing a lot of filming and editing and putting out some material. And so some good content. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a ton of fun, guys. Guys, if you're in the Pittsburgh area, you're listening, come on, see us. Down in what park is it, Russ, we're going to be in?
Point Park.
Come see us in Point Park.
Yes, where the three rivers meet, and there's a massive, massive water feature there. So it looks right at the stadium. So there's going to be kids, parents, teachers. I met one teacher. She hit me up yesterday on Instagram. She's like, yeah, I've got 98 kids coming from the school. Well, I spoke at the school last October, and it was amazing. So, possibly see some of the kids that I spoke to, which will be exciting. She said she would come by and get interviewed. So, we're going to be nabbing anybody and everybody. So if you're in Pittsburgh, be ready to get nabbed and come by and give us some great words. Give us some great words. And hopefully the day is beautiful in Pittsburgh.
Yes. Come hang out, guys. 100%. Just a quick recap, guys. I hope some of you caught last week with Dr. Tyler Panzer. That was a
wow. That was a wow moment.
Wild moment. Incredible podcast. Incredibly informational individual as far as the health field goes. For me, I mean, I kind of nerd out when I talk to Tyler because, he touches on things that I know a little bit about, and he just takes them to a whole nother level. And it just, it's incredible to hear. And
I don't have that feeling. I don't get to nerd out.
You don't have that feeling? It's amazing. It's amazing just when you speak to him, the level that he takes to things, because you'll talk about a certain food and he'll tell you the response in the body or something along those lines, or a medication and how it responds in the body and how it could be fixed just utilizing the root cause as opposed to giving the medication. Okay, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. It's amazing the way he can analyze things as opposed to the way traditional medicine actually works, which I find intriguing a lot of times.
Yeah. Well, you chimed in one time in the conversation, and you guys, you raised the bar by mentioning some of this stuff. And I'm just like, I have no idea what they're talking about right now, because this is way over my head. I remember years ago, I was working at Bethany University, Bible theology school, and I was working as a development officer, raising money. And so I was then talking with the president, who I worked directly under. And so I was in there, and then one of the theologians came in,
Mhm.
because we were done with our meeting and everything, and then the level of conversation just went way up. And I
Really?
was like, yeah, all about theology. And I'm like, all right, I'm out.
Not Russ's topic of conversation.
That's not my cup of tea.
Not your cup of tea.
Oh, but I caught Tyler yesterday on one of his posts,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
he was on there, and this guy he put a guy on there that was talking about some supplement or whatever and everything, and then Tyler comes on and he goes, "That's false."
He's very good like that. He call you out real quick.
That's false.
One thing that truly stands out in my mind, and I brought it up during the podcast last week, is when he sees specific foods and he always says to himself, how is that going to make me feel? And that
Yes.
sometimes stands out in my mind to this day, honestly, because I'll think about things and I'll say, how's that going to make me feel afterwards? How would that make me feel afterwards? And it's actually true, because if you could listen to your body in that sense and know that makes you feel bad, know that makes you feel better,
Yeah.
know that makes you feel good, you could just go down the line with certain foods and say, okay, I feel better when I eat this. I should just
Yeah.
concentrate on this. And that's something he kind of, invoked into my mind when we were down in Missouri, and he talked about it. He's like, it makes me feel like this. This would have this response. This would have that response. So it's interesting to hear that, because you don't
Yes.
really think about it. You see food, you see food. Nobody thinks about the response in their body. They don't think about, oh, this could cause this could cause that. This causes more inflammation. That causes less inflammation. It's interesting.
100%. Yeah, it is interesting. And I would imagine not only that, but the volume of what you eat, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not just what you eat, but it's the volume of what you eat.
Yeah, for sure.
And that, I think that probably resonates more with people than anything else, right?
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
looking at a massive burger and fries, and it's like, well, if I eat this entire burger and I eat all of those fries, I'm sure people are not thinking, unless you're like, you have gluten issues or something like
Yeah.
that, right? How is this going to make me feel? Well, I know that if I eat this burger and this fry, I'm going to be very full, right?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
used to, I could eat the entire thing and all of the fries and everything, and today I just can't. I can't
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
I just fill up way too fast.
Yeah.
But
No, I get it. I get it. I'm kind of the same way, honestly. I used to be able to eat a lot more than I could eat now. Very true.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
very true.
Or this processed cheese that's in the middle here.
Exactly.
Oh man.
But Tyler was great, guys. And even aside from Tyler, me and Russ, we've met a multitude of guests that we've had on here so far, and we've had a great time with everybody. They've really all been informational in their own ways.
Mm-hmm.
Just to recap a little bit, we've had some great people even starting it off, like Frank Seppi, guys of that nature, bodybuilding world, fitness world, nutritional world, educational world, motivational world. We've had everybody all across those realms, and everybody has really, been great with us, and came to the table, brought a serious package when we did the podcast, and we're really thankful for having everybody on, and grateful that they came on.
100%. Yeah. Thinking back, like, to our first episode with Frank, well, not Frank, but our second episode, which was with Frank. It was, man, just what a great dude, eye-opening. In fact, you think about all of our guests that we've had, with Rosie Ballard, and we've had Delaney Wallace, it's like, these are real people in the trenches doing the work, getting it done. Delaney, tax guy, and working with finances, and then world power lifter, champion. It's amazing. Rosie Ballard, who gets it done every day, posts about, she walks a mile every single day.
Mhm.
And it's beautiful. And the impact that they're making, not only in their communities, but elsewhere around the world. And then, like Seppi, he's got his nutrition, and so I'm so reminded of myself every time I take up my shirt and think about, like, Frank, and I was like, yeah, flexing the packs,
Right.
unflexing the pecs.
Right. Frank, I hope you're listening to this. But yeah, and guys, we're not stopping there. We got a whole multitude of guests coming on the show in the next couple of months that are really going to bring a serious package to the table, the same way those previous guests did. We got some great people coming up. And just leading into that, actually, we have an amazing event coming up. Not the Pittsburgh one. That's going to be great, too. But we have another amazing event coming up in Russ's hometown of Santa Cruz on May 18th. Russ, I'll let you take over a little bit right there. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Man, Dan, I'm super excited about this event. It's my first event, and I think I shared at one time, Like, I went to a number of VIP dinners, which you were at last year, New
Yeah.
York City.
Yes.
And amazing events, the networking events that you go to. And these are all business like-minded people, many of them are probably like you know, 30s, 40s, mostly.
Sure.
Then I come up and I bring that average up just a little bit. But I sat there in that room and I was like, I could do this. I can
Yeah.
make this happen. And here we are. We're
Yeah.
34 days away, I think,
Yeah.
from that happening, or 33 days. It just, every day is like clicking off. It's like,
Yeah.
you and I were talking about this, before we went live. It's like
Yeah.
every day is committed to something, now it's like, maxing out the vendors and trying to get, seats sold and, people in the seats. And
Yeah.
so, it's a challenge, right? Because it's my very first event.
Sure.
But I'm excited about it. It's called Impact Santa Cruz Today, and it is a mental and physical health summit. Sorry, not wealth. Well, it is wealth too.
A lot of wealth.
Yeah, a lot of wealth, a lot of health. But it's a mental and physical wellness summit, and I'm excited because 5 incredible speakers that are going to be present, that are going to be delivering, from Indiana Rivera to Rosie Ballard to Colette Brown to Jillian Rydell, Aaron Wexler. You're going to be present along with
Sure.
myself, and we're going to do a Dual Coast live podcast. Right there on stage with Karina Reed. She is a local personal trainer, 7-time best trainer in the area. So she is fit as can be, as well as Rosie. So we've got authors that are going to be there. We've got other speakers that are going to be there. We got people in the community that are going to be there, friends that are going to be there. It's going to be an amazing time. It's going to be at the MAW, which is the Santa Cruz Art and History Museum. You can get your tickets on Eventbrite. If you go to movetoday365.com, you can find tickets there. So check it out. If you are in and around the area, we have people that are coming out of the area, but that are going to be staying and coming to the event. So I'm looking forward to really trying to do our best to impact our community. So so it's going to be amazing, because the beautiful thing is that everybody is going to bring their own story, their own history of maybe things that they have struggled with. I know for Karina, in fact, when we do our podcast with her, is she has dealt with the mental aspect of things in her life that were unhealthy, and it was a struggle for her to overcome, and she has overcome. She's got an incredible story that I can't wait for everybody to hear
Yeah.
on that day. And then Rosie, I talked to her yesterday, and so she was asking some questions, and so I know that these people are going to deliver, and these are speakers that you want to hear. It's 3 hours only, 9
Yes.
a.m. to noon. It's packed. We're going to roll from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And so, like I said, there's going to be vendors there, so you can go around, check out merchandise, check out, different flyers they have, check out about their products, check out about their services and what they have to offer, and helping the community at large. So I'm excited. I'm excited that you and your gal are coming.
Yeah, guys, we're excited too. Actually, it's going to be you slipped up before and you said wealth, but I truly think there is going to be a lot of wealth there. Honestly, there's going to be a wealth of
100%.
knowledge in that room. From that standpoint, we have people speaking on different realms. There's going to be a little bit about entrepreneurship that's going to be thrown in the mix with to some of these people. A lot about nutrition, a lot of bit about fitness. All those realms, I think, are going to kind of get tied together, and it's going to be a local event. Highly suggest you come. Russ, I was just going to say to you, maybe we should put the link to Eventbrite in the Dual Coast bio on Instagram, so that way people could see that.
Yes.
So maybe we'll put the link in the Dual Coast bio so everybody can, capture their tickets right there, nice and easily.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's going to be a great event, guys. Highly suggest you come. Going to be great.
It's going to be great. Yeah. And, the thing about it is like, the vibe here in Santa Cruz is very laid back, right? Sure. And, people enjoy their weekends. They're going to be out surfing. They're going to be out doing their thing, going to church or whatever. But this is, I felt like, let's get in, everybody's got, all the speakers have up to 20 minutes to speak, but we're going to basically just roll from the next to the next to the next. have a small little break in between, a chance to meet other people, opportunity to connect. So the
Network.
doors open. The doors. If the event starts at 9, but I suggest that you come at 8:30 so that
Okay.
you have time to mingle around, meet some people, get checked in, because 9 a.m. we are going,
Yes.
and
Way to
we're
go.
launching it. And like I said, it's our first event. And the exciting thing is that Karina and I have talked about doing something in addition to this later on, where
Interesting.
her and I combine. But very cool, I shared with this before, is that I have 2 books that are coming out that same day.
Yes.
And Imagine If and Unplugged. And my proof copy of Unplugged came in last night that I got to show you.
Yeah.
So here is my book, Unplugged. Probably got a
Yep.
little bit of reflection there, but the
Looking good.
idea is you got this family here. All of the technology is leaving their hands. Some of the technology is here. You notice the background; it's
Yep.
all nature. And
Yes.
this book, it's not a picture book. This is a reading book that basically is highlighting all of the things that you can do of the why of why we need to be outside, why we need to connect with nature, why we need to connect with each other, get away from our devices, get
Yes.
outside, breathe in fresh air, get the vitamin D that Dr. Tyler talked about last week.
Recommended.
You know what I mean? And it's not just ourselves, but connecting with other people. It's so important. We get outside and we walk and we talk and we connect, we socialize. But the most important thing is that we're moving our
Yes.
bodies. We're
Yes.
moving our bodies. So that's what Unplugged is. It's the why we need to get outside and connect, and
Yes.
why we need to, even if we're inside and we're not doing some sort of tech, let's just get outside, right? And just get away from a sedentary lifestyle, just sitting in the chair. It's
Yep.
unhealthy. It's unhealthy, guys, to sit in a chair all day long.
Right.
A body in motion. We just, we got to keep our bodies limbered up, a well-oiled machine as we start early and through our journey in life.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Russ, you went through Unplugged right there. Tell us a little bit about Imagine If. What's Imagine If?
Oh
Your
man,
other book.
I'll tell you a quick story. The story is this: is that in October of 2023, I went down to Southern California to visit my son, and I was staying at a hotel right on the beach. They had bikes that you could take for free, so I jumped on a bike and went out for a ride in the morning. Completely foggy morning. I rode down the bike path that's right along the coast. They have these rubber mats that go out towards the ocean because their beaches are very, very wide. So it just enables people to get closer to the water without having to drag stuff through the sand. So I just, nobody's around. I rode my bike down to the inn. I'm standing there, straddling my bike, looking in, taking in this moment, right? And again, breathing in fresh air. Everything was gray. Sky's gray. The ocean looks gray. Everything. Waves are pounding. Surfers are riding. And then I turn to go back to the main path, and I pass a mom and 3 children, all under the age of probably 8. And I was just like, oh, they're all just walking in this line. I rode past them. I stopped. I looked back, and they all had little bags, and
Okay.
they were picking up garbage at
All right.
7 a.m. on a
Interesting.
Saturday morning. And I just said, and I said to myself right there, imagine if. And I went back to my hotel room. I just jotted that down. I said,
Interesting.
imagine if. And then I started to think about it, and I was like, wow, imagine if parents did that. Now, I'm not talking about every weekend. I'm not talking about, during the school year, but, it's simply if you went out and just for 15, 20 minutes and looked around, you're going to find garbage everywhere,
For sure.
right? Most of the time, 99% of the people walk right past, right?
Yes.
Well, number one, you don't want to pick up somebody else's cooties, picking up somebody else's garbage, right?
Right.
But the thing of it is that she was displaying to her children community service. We are going to give of our time. They could have been watching cartoons. They could have been sleeping in. They could have
Yeah.
been eating breakfast. They could have just been lounging around the house. She got
Interesting.
them up. She got them out, and they were doing community service. And I said, imagine if. Little did I know then that it was going to turn into a book some 18 months later. And here it is. Imagine if, something totally different than movement, right? But it's about self-awareness. It's about who we are. It's about really a gut check of, and it's 100 statements in this book. You're going to want this on your coffee table. You're going to want this on your desk. You're going to want this because it's not a book that you just go through and quickly read.
Yes.
I mean, you can, but the idea is over 100 days, you read a statement and you ponder that statement all day long. Let it marinate and think about, wow, do I really walk past people and smile at them? Wow, do I say thank you? Am I grateful for this day? You know, these are little statements that I have stated in this book, and there's thousands more. But these are statements that are meaningful to me that I'm putting in this book to imagine if, right? If you just imagine what this mom did for her kids, we all too can do the same thing and
Absolutely.
make ourselves better and make people around us better.
100%, man. 100%. Love it.
Oh, those 2 books are going to be there. They're going to be available. They're going to be launched on that same day. So, you know, big day. So yeah, not only come to the event to hear the speakers and to hear Karina read and to meet Dan, but to see the books, to see the other books that I have and other books of other authors and other paraphernalia that people have in their services and their businesses. Come to it, man. It's going to be amazing. It is Sunday morning, May 18th from 9 a.m. to noon at the MAW downtown, Santa Cruz Art and History Museum.
Yep. Guys, come check us out. May 18th, Santa Cruz, Pittsburgh, May 3rd. Russ, tell us real quick about our guest next week a little bit.
Aaron Wexler. You know,
tell us a little bit about Aaron.
Yeah. Just like Terry Levy, he's here in Santa Monica, in California. And when I was talking to him yesterday, he was like, wow, that's a little bit early. See, our guests that are in the Midwest or East Coast, you know,
Yes.
dual coast so far, we've
Time
hit
frame.
both coasts, right?
Correct.
It's that early morning hour in the West Coast. It's like, dude, you got to get up, man. So Aaron is a difference maker in his community. He is an
Yes.
author. He's a beach volleyball guy.
Yes.
Very, very cool dude. You are going to love to hear Aaron Wexler next Tuesday on Dual Coast because Aaron is a vibrant guy. He is an active guy. He exemplifies what it is to be outside. He loves to snowboard. He gets on the slopes. He was just on them, I think, a week or 2 ago. Saw his posts. You know, so this guy lives, a lot of his posts are about the beach and sunsets and getting outside and playing volleyball and being active. I know his friends are active. So this guy exemplifies, he exudes like outdoorsman.
Yes.
And so getting out in nature and being active. So can't wait for Aaron to come on and enlighten us.
Going to be awesome. Going to be awesome. Guys, check us out next week. Aaron Wexler is going to be on 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 a.m. Pacific Coast Time. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All handles Dual Coast Podcast. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, guys. Check us out. We'll see you guys next week, okay?
Sounds good. Have a great day.
Take care.